Welcome to the Nathaniel McGuire Show, where we overcome our fear and live our purpose. Thank you. Welcome to the show. This is amazing. I'm your host, Nathaniel McGuire, CEO of Empower Counseling, Coaching, and Spiritual Direction. After over 10,000 hours of counseling, I've come to the conclusion that all mankind has a divine gift. This gift, in order to use it, you must overcome one thing, the spirit of fear. The whole point of this show is for people to share their story, because when you share your story, it helps others believe that they can do it too. So this platform is to share the stories of how people overcome. I've learned in counseling that when people hear you and how you overcame, then they believe they can overcome. If you're an entertainer, a politician, a chef, whatever it is that you do, know that this show is for you. We want to hear about your story so you can help other people overcome. Go to www.nathanielmcguireshow.com. Without you, we can't do this. So remember, this is the Nathaniel McGuire Show, where we overcome fear and live our purpose. Welcome to the Nathaniel McGuire Show, where we overcome fear and live our purpose. Today, this show is going to be awesome. Here we discover what our gift is and go on a journey to find out how to use it. What is it that you're created to do? And we're going to bring people on to talk about how they did it. How did they find their purpose? So make sure to stay tuned with us and go on this journey. So today we have Chris, better known as K3, right here from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
I believe you went to Tech High School.
I did go to Tech.
So this is homegrown right here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And man, we want you, just first tell us, what is it that you do?
So what I do is I'm a singer first and foremost. I like to do photography and videography on the side only because when I started singing, I wanted to be able to direct what I produce. So I wanted to be in front of the camera as well as behind. So it took a lot of time in developing those skills, so I'll be able to do both.
So I heard some of this man's stuff is absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
And what this show is really about, helping people discover what it is they're gifted to do.
Absolutely.
My work as a life coach is really helping people not, to be scared or to overcome their fear. So a part of this is making it simple. How did you get started? Like, what is it that you that happened to you in your life that allowed you to just start doing this without being so fearful?
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I was very fearful when I started. When I first got into singing, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't that good, and that was a challenge for me because I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer. And it's very challenging when you want to do something, but you have that barrier of I'm not good enough. So it took me a lot of time to build the courage, a lot of training that I used to tell people all the time. After school, I would drive home, hop on YouTube, and do like vocal training, things like that, just to build up the courage, to sing in front of people. But what happened, I would say right after high school, I got entered into a contest to perform with Mike Epps when he was on tour.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that I started there, and when I did that, they found out that I was in photography and videography as well. So they was like, oh, this guy, he can sing, he can perform, and he can get behind the camera. We want you to intern with us for the production group. So I was traveling around with them, doing their thing or whatnot, and that's kind of what started me in the music world. And from then on, I kind of got blessed, got on a couple tours, and it took off from there.
So what I hear is he overcame his fear as he began to do what it is he's gifted to do. But the other part is, I'm hearing, what is it you think on the inside that made you continue to push, even though you're saying you're not a good singer, which sounds crazy to me because I heard you sing, but you weren't that good. You worked at it. You had some fear.
Right.
What on the inside made you push past some of those things?
Honestly, it was prayer for me. I prayed a lot. I had a lot of challenges growing up, and I always asked God. I would sit there and I would say, hey, if this path is for me, open the door. And if it's not, show me another door for me to walk through. But I did have to initially know that if the door was open, I would need to walk through it, you know what I mean? So it was prayer and a lot of faith. I had a lot of people who were rooting for me here in Indianapolis, so that helped a lot.
So man, look, this is why I love what you just said. A lot of people think faith is just to be a preacher or to give tithe, offering, or sing the choir. And here this young man is saying he used his faith to empower him to do what it is that he does. Did you feel any opposition, I guess, from any like Christians to do the type of music or the things that you're doing, or did you feel more support?
You know, it's funny because with me singing, like I led the choir a lot. You know, I was doing a lot of soul things like that. So for me to jump into R&B, you know, you have that kind of clash of, am I doing the right thing or anything like that? But what I noticed, a lot of people in the church were more supportive than I even thought.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was so much support, and it surprised me. You know what I mean? Because you know, a lot of times Christians have the stigma of being hypocritical. So luckily for me, I was blessed enough not to experience that, and they were supportive.
There's a text that says, I become all things to all men that I might win some. And I think sometimes as people of faith, we forget that we need to go use our gifts to be a light into the world, and that's what this young man is doing. You all can do, so I need to find out next, what are you doing now? Like, what's next for you?
So I finally got a team together this year to where we're actually putting the whole project together. So I'm working on an EP. It's almost done, thank God, but probably about 2 more tracks from here. So my EP will be coming out, and then of course it'll be on iTunes, Tidal, Vivo, all that good stuff. So hopefully by the end of the year that should be completed, man. And after that, we're working on another tour. So yeah.
So right now, do you think you made a good decision to go this direction?
I think I did. You know, I think I did, and it was a battle. You know, I went to college. I went to Purdue, and I was there for 5 years, and the corporate world versus the entertainment world it's north and south pole. So you know, you have to decide, am I going to take this route or that route? And like I said, you know, through prayer, I kept asking God, open up the door. If that's for me, if it's not, I'll take this route. And here I am.
So faith is not just to be a preacher or pastor, it's for that too, but anything that you want to do in life and overcome, ask God's assistance. He's there to help you, love you unconditionally. So how do we get in contact, man? Where do we go to see your stuff? How do we take part of what you're doing?
For bookings, you can hit my email. It's findingk3@gmail.com. Social media, official_K3. It's pretty much official_K3 for everything. And then my Vivo account is K3 Vivo on YouTube. So if you can, you know, DM, email, through all that, you'll be contacted back for sure.
So, you know, when you get this too big, will you please come back and be a guest, man? Don't leave me in the dust.
Indy's my family. This is where I came from, so I love working with people, especially from where I came from. So too big isn't a thing for me.
Well, this show is really also to help people right here in Indianapolis, Indiana, so we support our own. Sometimes we have issues doing that, but we want to make sure to give you all the support that you need, man. So thank you for coming out.